kicked off and started again?
It's pretty cool. Counting the days. You know, it's getting closer to that time. So, but no, it's pretty cool. Just going into year 11, get to be around a lot of younger guys now. I know when I was younger, and I used to be talking to some of the older guys. I'm like, hey man, what year are you? Year 6. I'm like, golly. I'm like, And like I'm thinking like, yeah, you've been stacking. That's cool. And then the ex another guy, hey, what year you is? Year 8. I was like, golly, these guys got their pension already. But it's crazy like that I'm able to like play, this game, this physical game for so long. Like, I don't feel like I take no days for granted. I know I'm a blessed individual to, stay in the game for this long too, and just being around another good football team.
Yeah. Does the rookie energy keep you young? Of Kamari and Kalen, and what do you think of those guys?
Yeah, it really is. Music is like some games. Sometimes they got the new games. I think I was still playing rock paper scissors when I first got in the league. Now these guys doing this. You can't look this way. You got to do this and this. I'm like, what y'all playing? But it's pretty cool. I guess you never stop learning.
Hey Jimmie, can you talk about how you approach the game? You said it's year 11, just getting ready for it physically and mentally this season, as opposed to how you did earlier.
Really just, I think, like being in training camp and being at OTAs is very vital, just for the body and the mind too. Stacking those reps and just, because sometimes they're up there, like you hope you can win every rep and do your best every day, but sometimes, it's a learning lesson. Sometimes you get beat for a touchdown in practice. Sometimes a guy might, juke you or something in practice, but you learn it. So when you get that rep again and get that play again, and it's the real thing now, you got that in the back of your head, like, okay, this how I got beat one time, so let me make sure I'm on my details.
Obviously,
you got Blake Fisher right next to you, going to experience this for the first time. What advice would you give him, or have you given him? I don't know if you've spoken just about that first game that really counts.
Oh man, I got some more advice I can give. Keep your shoes out. Like, you see how big these man's shoes are? Like every time I'm like, bro, I'm like, whose shoes are these? And I look, I was like, okay, it's Blake, but just continue to take care of your body and get your sleep.
Anthony Richardson, though, he played against you guys last year, but then he went out with a concussion. What do you see from Richardson as a dual threat kind of guy?
It's gonna make plays. Just because like some of the stuff that he does is, you don't really coach it. It's just he's going out there with just raw talent where he can buy time, use his feet. And he's a pretty big quarterback too, so I'm interested to see like how he's going to attack this game. Like, is he going to slide or he's not going to slide? Like, I guess I'll see. So I guess our whole defense will see. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I feel like he's a really good player, and I feel like he has a great team too behind him.
Obviously, you want to start off 1-0, and win every week. But how much more important is it, divisional opponent on the road against a Colts team that you might you have to go through in order to get to where you guys want to go long term?
Well, it's really a must-win game for both teams. I understand the season is long, and but you don't want to stack up losses, especially in a division.
You've been in the league 11 years. You've seen a lot of rivalries. You've played against some teams you probably didn't like before. Where does this Colts rivalry rank, in particular some of the chat that went on in the offseason between the two?
It was off-season chat?
The Colts linebackers were mouthy, and CJ had a couple things to say. It's been fun.
All on Twitter?
No, it was like podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm getting old. You see, everybody got podcasts. That's crazy. We don't even do our beefing on Twitter or Instagram no more. But that's news to me. I don't know. It's a division game, and I feel like those guys, them guys probably went to school or played college ball against each other, so they probably was jawing a little bit, trying to get it, get everything popping, get everything exciting. This is just like TV, man. I feel like sometimes the NFL is like wrestling, trying to sell some tickets.
It's a pretty good atmosphere. The Colts, I think they do a good job at packing their stadium and bringing their fans out, but like I said, we're just looking to bring our own energy and go out there and have fun and get the dub.
Jalen, can you talk about just what this defense has in place with Taylor and Richardson, what kind of dual threat they present?
Yeah, they present a bunch of difficult situations. We understand that they have a running quarterback, have a great running back, and do have also a unique receiving core. So we know that we have a full plate on our hands, and we're looking forward to going out there and executing against them.
There's a lot of talk this offseason between some of their guys and some of your guys. And how much has this turned into more of a rivalry than maybe it was in years past?
I don't really see it as a rivalry. You know, I see it as another game for us. I understand that there has been some talking that is, you know, what we're going against, but I'm not looking too much into it.
Sure.
Yeah, I promise.
Final answer.
To probably play a little more defense than you did last year when y'all went there. How you
Yeah.
feeling?
No, I'm excited. We had a good camp. Was able to build in year 2 in the defense and get real comfortable with what the coaches are looking for. And I just was trying to take the coaching the best way I can and go make some plays out there. So.
Do the emotions kind of maybe resurface from how the regular season ended last year and then going back there to start it off?
Oh yeah, I mean it's exciting because I mean like you said, last year was a playoff atmosphere, but knowing it's a division game, every one of those division games is important, and the playoffs and deciding who's going to win the South. So
Frank has talked about the mindset on special teams. It's a little bit more juiced up. Do you have to kind of adjust knowing that you're going to play more defense? Like, is there a different mindset from, you know, playing 3 downs at linebacker versus playing like 4th down at special teams or kickoff or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit different. Like, it's just maybe your preparation's a little bit different. Like, spend a little bit more time on defense or special teams, like going into the week, knowing your role and what you're going to be expected of coming on Sunday. So, I mean, it changes your preparation. You may add a little bit more defense, but I would say more of it's just adding extra stuff and preparing for taking more reps. Like, the more reps you have, the more you probably got to study and be on top of everything, right? So that's kind of the mentality and how it switches up every week. So
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
With a guy like Richardson who didn't play a ton last year,
Yeah.
what do you kind of glean from the few games that he did play versus just kind of maybe guessing what he's going to be capable of?
I mean, he's a specimen, right? He provides a lot of different opportunities for their offense by adding his legs into it, and we know they're going to do something like that, and just preparing for him to be mobile and get him on the run. A young quarterback, they might try and get him going early, get him just a couple quick passes. So that's kind of how we're preparing for him and getting ready to. It's going to be a tough task. You know, he's a big guy, great arm, so he can make all the throws.
D'Amico talked about contact balance with Jonathan Taylor, about what's one of the elements that makes him so good.
Contact. Oh yeah, his yards after contact.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
How do you? I mean, is that that's got to be the swarm mentality that kind of counters that? Is
Yeah.
You know, if you don't take him on one-on-one, he doesn't have that opportunity.
Yeah, we just gotta have multiple guys hit on the ball, right? And then if you are the one guy, you gotta wrap, squeeze, get him down, right? And it's a tough task in a one-on-one tackle with Jonathan Taylor. We played him 3 years at Illinois, so I know that I'm used to playing against him. But yeah, he's a tough task every time you play him.